Welcome back to another CATIA V5. Let's take a look at how we can import additional elements as step files within CATIA. So I decided to make this video because I received this comment. So did you design the motor? No, for this sequence mechanism I didn't create the motor, but let's take a look at how we can bring in existing components. So I highly recommend that you make an account on GrabCAD. And for example, over here I can search for electric motor. You're gonna see a high amount of 3D models. Some of them have been created either in Autodesk software like Inventor or Fusion, but they will all have step file which can be added within a wide variety of CAD software. So for example, I would like to download this three-phase electric engine. We see also the naming for this, and we're gonna see for the files this will be in solid part. So it's usually best to search for elements that have been also added as step file. So I also have SolidWorks, but then I need to have this open, save that step file, then I can add it within CATIA. So I'll search for another one which will be compatible and already be added as a step file. So let's take a look at this, for example. So brushless electric motor. You're gonna see that over here we have a step file. We also have an IPT file. So as you can see, this has been created using Autodesk Inventor. But since we also have access to that step file, we don't need to open it within Inventor and have it saved as a step file. So we see that the file has been downloaded. So I'm gonna drag and drop this, extract it. And with the model extracted, we see the step file over here. We also see the Inventor, so I could open this in Inventor. But let's consider that you only have, for example, CATIA V5. So within CATIA, I will go to the sequence, insert, and if for the last video I added this as a new part, we're gonna add this as an existing component since you already have the motor downloaded. And I'm gonna jump in within that folder. So within downloads, brushless electric motor, and I will select the step file. And we're gonna see how CATIA will convert that step file. So since it's a step file, CATIA needs to first interpret that data, and afterwards we're gonna have that motor. So as we can see, we have the brushless electric motor over here. If you wanna move the newly added component, you can do that most easily within assembly design. You're gonna search for the manipulation tool, and we're gonna see the axis. So I can have this dragged along the axis, X, Y, and Z. You can also have it move within a specific plane, as we can see over here, or we can have this rotated. So depending on your design intent, you can firstly rotate it, and afterwards, let's say hypothetically that I want to position this motor over here on the bottom part. So I can go to coincidence constraint, and I will set that to be coincident with this one. As you can see, this will be opposite. If automatic update is not enabled, the part will not automatically move, but we're gonna see that those dots will have a gray outline. That means an update is pending. Therefore, I will do that update, and we see how that moved within position. And now I can define another coincidence, for example, or an offset in this case, since I don't have the cutout for this. In order to have it positioned, I can use an offset constraint, and I can select, for example, this edge, and I will have this offsetted regarding with this one. So I'm gonna go over here with minus 150. We're gonna see that for the value, so for offset, I need to go with a positive direction value, and afterwards, if I will hit update, we're gonna see how that will go over there. Now, if I want to change that location, I will need to go within this offset. And over here, as we can see, we have this parallel axis that we will need to have that maintained. But since we don't have a reverse option for the offset, it's better to move the component within the desired location. For example, in this case, further along the x-axis, and afterwards use an offset to center it this way. So I will center this with that using an offset, for example, 100 millimeters. And now if I'm gonna have this updated, we're gonna see how that will position. And we can do the same over here to align the motor on the other side, since currently it is located on the side. But this is just as an example. Yeah, so I hope that you find this video useful, and also for others that are interested in how they can add additional components within CATIA V5. Okay, so I will position a similar video over here to the left and a subscribe button to the right. Consider to support me if you want more content like this.